So, you snuck off the college campus to go out partying, fornicating, gambling and drinking, and now you realize that you need to get your grades up before the semester ends. Don't worry, I'm here to help you get your master's degree in cartography in 3 days or less. Hello, I'm Hal, and today I'll teach you how to become the most educated man in Bohemia before you even attend the Semin wedding. Before the game actually starts, you'll have to go through a lengthy prologue, which I won't talk about. Once your first and hopefully only BDSM session with Hans Capon ends, the adventure begins and you need to get to work. First you'll have to gather plants for 10 minutes and then cook some chamomile decoctions. Take those drinks to the apothecary, exchange them for the marigold potion recipe, read it and start brewing those instead. They'll save your life in combat, they're cheap and quick to make, and they can fetch a fair amount of money. I know you can brew potions without reading the recipe, if you follow the instructions that jackasses like me share on the internet, but our goal is to develop scholarship, not lower the production costs of our potions. Reading the recipe gives you scholarship XP, discovering them doesn't. But don't read any other recipe, or anything for that matter. Repeat, do not read anything yet. There's 2 very important prerequisites you must meet before your eyes are graced with letters. I'll make an exception for the savior schnapps, so you can save your soul, and if you're opposed to the concept of property reallocation, I'm allowing you to also read the lion perfume recipe, because it's the best one for making you rich. Anyway, keep making marigold decoctions for 30 minutes until your alchemy skill reaches level 16. Make sure to always take a break from brewing every couple of levels, so you can unlock the secrets of matter, and when alchemy hits level 16, get the secret of secrets, which allows you to create perfect potions. Now go to the apothecary, sell the elixirs you've made, and purchase the alchemy book and all the recipes, if you can afford it. More importantly, buy some charcoal, belladonna and St. John's wort. Grab fresh nettles from the fields around here and prepare to make a perfect fox potion. Here's the written recipe, or you can go to my optimized brewing guide. Henry's Fox gives you 7 speech and 50% extra XP gain in everything, and this is by far the most important prerequisite for speedrunning your scholarship skill. But we're not ready to begin our studies yet. Main prerequisite number 2 is to raise your main level to 10 through combat or questing. Fox Potion will make that easy to accomplish, and so will this perk, if you're willing to punch people instead of using a sword like a normal person. When you reach main level 10, get Radzig's Heritage for that extra 10% XP gain in scholarship. With Fox Potion and blue blood running through your veins, you're now ready to begin reading books, treasure maps and potion recipes for maximum XP gain. But what books? I'll give you a list of reading material shortly. For now I have to remind you, we're trying to reach scholarship level 18 as fast as possible, and walking isn't very fast. Neither is obtaining those books legitimately. So unless you want to spend 50 hours doing stuff inefficiently, let's deal with both of those issues. Requirement number 3 is to make use of that Fox Potion to speedrun your thievery to at least level 14, where you can get the perk Mischief Artist, which gives you an extra 3 levels in that skill whenever you successfully commit petty theft. Buy a quick finger potion from the carpenter, grab the saddler perk in riding, and start picking locks and pockets every chance you get. Save often, but be careful. Savior Schnapps gets you drunk and clumsy, so use it with caution. Anyway, your goal is to get an acceptable thievery level, so that we may pickpocket the scribe's prayer book and chest keys, and then using those keys to steal all his educational material, which is hidden in the bailiff's room to the right as you enter. There's a few more books to be found in this village. I'll mention them in the upcoming list. Prerequisite number 4 is to obtain a horse. Stealing one at the edge of Troskowitz is good enough to get you to Semin, which you can see in the distance, but you can't store stuff in its inventory, nor will you be able to call it to you whenever you need to get a ride. So get your lazy bum to Semin and raise up the stable master to get Pebbles back. Now that you have transportation, head over to the miller, accept his mission, sell him whatever stolen stuff you've got in your pockets and prepare to recover that document back in the first village. Prerequisite number 5 is to travel to the Zheleyov's Wagoner's Inn and purchase accommodations permanently. You have plenty of money you stole from Troskovitz. This is going to be your study room. You get a comfortable bed to sit on to make reading more efficient, and you got a chest to store all of your stolen loot. If you've taken care of prerequisites number 1 and number 2, read whatever you got in your inventory. Lore books, skill books, alchemy recipes, and even treasure maps. You'll see your scholar XP rising at unbelievable speed. Okay, now that you know how to set yourself up for success, here's all the educational material you can find in the countryside, starting with the village of Troskovitz. The pharmacist sells a skill book and potion recipes, the scribe has a prayer book in his pockets and keys to a chest that contains even more books. Pickpocket both of those and grab all his stuff from the chest in the bailiff's bedroom. The bailiff has a love letter that can be pickpocketed. In the scribe's workroom there's a chest with a potion recipe, and the village's history book. In the prison chest you'll find Miller Krazel's document, the one he sent you to steal that you may also read. And in this room, hidden in the hay, a strength skill book. Northwest of this village, on the road leading to Takov, there's a target on a tree with an archery skill book nearby. Next, go east of Troskovitz to the Gravedigger. His chapel has a chest with a treasure map and a shovel outside, which you need to borrow. And in his toilet you'll also find a thievery skill book. Now to the big castle. You can't get in yet, but you don't need to. Just go to the quarry and get the archery skill book from this guy. Up north, the herbalist sells some potion recipes and complains about a bandit camp. In that bandit camp, there's a chest with a poetry book and an improvised gym with another copy of the strength book we got from the prison. Not far from here, you'll find a tiny chapel in a cave. Dig under the altar and get the good book and Brunswick's gauntlets, which contain 2 treasure maps. Those maps will lead to more armor pieces and even more maps, which can be read for extra scholar XP. Now, I thought this was part of the base game, but I found out it's actually part of the pre-order bonus, which is also available for purchase. If you can't get these, don't worry, your scholarship will level up just fine. Plenty more books in the region. West from here, the Huntsman's Son sells you a survival skill book. If you go help the gameskeeper, you'll also find a treasure map on one of the bandits you fight. Near Zheleyov, you may purchase potion recipes from Bozhena's daughter, or steal them, your choice. East of Bozhena's shack, you'll find a thief's camp and in his chest, a skill book about how to pet your dog. In Semin, the horse guy sells you a horse book, but you may have already obtained a copy from somewhere else. The miller south of here has a unique book and a couple of alchemy recipes you can pickpocket, using the skills he taught you. And finally, the nomad camp has quite a few documents. Mikolai the horse handler sells a skill book, Fence Whitebeard as well, and Aranka sells potion recipes, unless you wait for nightfall and find their chests. An Elian, this pompous lady right here, is in possession of a lore book you can pickpocket, and behind Whitebeard's shop, you'll find a log leading down a cliff, where you'll find a swordsmanship skill book. Additionally, check the inventory of traveling merchants you meet in roadside camps. Maybe they'll sell a few books that aren't found anywhere close. And these are pretty much all the books you can find in the first region. So take them all to the inn in Zheleyov, make sure you've unlocked Radzig's heritage and drank Henry's fox potion, take a seat on your comfy bed and start reading. If you've picked scholarship dialogue options in your quests thus far, you'll have a boost, but even without that boost, all these books should get you to level 18, where you can unlock the Explorer perk and have the entire map revealed to you. If that doesn't work, but you still got to level 16 in scholarship, get Fundamentals of Law 2 and jack off all trades in speech. Now you can cause a bit of mischief and let the guard catch you. Educate him about the law and you'll get 10 XP in scholarship every time you do it, which is a good way to crawl your way to level 18. It's what I've done on my first attempt before I had come up with this intricate plan. And that's about it. I've also made an in-depth 25-minute guide on this exact subject, where I give more context, share more details and tips and tricks, justify my crimes, drop some lore and even crack jokes, all with a scholarly flair throughout the whole video. But guides are supposed to relay relevant information as quickly as possible with no distractions, and I haven't done that in a while, so I wanted to experiment with formats a little bit. But why remix an existing video and not try this format on a new guide? Because I had this version written down before the long version was ever made, and I have a problem throwing away something that I worked on. But my part of the experiment is now complete, and I can move on to other projects. Now your part begins, so tell me in the comments, which version do you enjoy the most? This one for not wasting too much of your time, or the other one for wasting your time in an enjoyable manner? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.